ignored because you're not good enough. You get ignored because your presence says nothing. Ethan knew that feeling better than anyone. Every morning he walked into his office in New York with the same quiet hope that maybe today would be different. Maybe today someone would notice him. Maybe today his voice would matter, but it never did. People talked over him in meetings. His ideas were brushed aside, even when he knew he was right. He couldn't make anyone feel it wasn't stupid. It wasn't unskilled. He was invisible. One evening after work, Ethan sat alone in a small coffee shop, staring at his reflection in the window, shoulders slightly hunched, eyes tired and avoiding contact, hands fidgeting without purpose. He looked exactly how he felt, uncertain that when the door opened and someone walked in, a man in his late 40s, simple clothes, nothing flashy, but the moment he stepped inside, the entire room shifted. People glanced up, conversations paused for a second. Even the barista straightened his posture. Man didn't say a word, yet somehow he owned the space. He owned the space. Ethan couldn't understand it. After a few minutes he gathered the courage to walk up to him. I know this sounds strange, but how do you do that, Ethan? asked the man. Looked at him calmly and said, do what make people notice you without even trying. The man smiled slightly. I don't try to be noticed. I make sure I can't be ignored. Ethan sat down across from him, curious and desperate at the same time. That man leaned forward. Just a little confidence isn't in your voice, it's in your body. Ethan frowned. I've tried speaking better. I've tried preparing more. That's the problem. You're trying to be heard instead of being felt. Man asked him to stand up, straighten your back, pull your shoulders back, slowly lift your chin just enough. Ethan adjusted awkwardly. It felt unnatural. Hold it. The man said after a few seconds. Something wasn't dramatic, but it was there for the first time. Ethan didn't feel small. This is how you tell the world you belong here, the man said. Ethan swallowed. What about when I talk to people? Look them in the eyes, not aggressively, not nervously, just enough to show you're not afraid of being seen. The next day at work, Ethan tried it when his manager spoke to him. He held eye contact for a few seconds longer than usual. Heart was racing, but something strange happened. His manager didn't interrupt him for once. He listened. That small moment felt bigger than any achievement. Days passed. Ethan started slowing everything down. He stopped rushing his movements. He stopped filling every silence with nervous words. He walked with intention. When he sat like he had a reason to be there. At first, people didn't say anything, but they reacted. Colleagues started turning toward him when he spoke. Someone asked for his opinion in a meeting, something that had never happened before. Weeks later, Ethan entered the same office, but this time something was different. Not the office, not the people. He didn't shrink when someone looked at him. He didn't rush his words. He didn't avoid attention. He stood there, calm, steady, present, and people noticed, not because he forced them to, but because his presence demanded it. One evening he went back to the same coffee shop. The man was there again. Ethan sat down and said, I think I understand now. The man nodded. Say it. Ethan took a breath. Confidence isn't something you say, something people see. Man smiled almost. Is something people feel before you even speak. Ethan looked around the room for the first time. Wasn't watching people. People were noticing him, and in that quiet moment realized the truth. Most men never learn you don't need louder words. You need stronger presence, because the moment your body says you matter, the world starts to believe it. Your time is coming. Keep believing. Keep fighting. Don't just watch. Go out and prove them wrong. Thank you for being part of the journey. If you liked it, please like, comment, and subscribe. Bye.